Blame Truth here, and if I can quote a professional wrestler, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Unfortunately, I cover Call of Duty and I cover Battlefield mainly on this channel, and these two games are just the kings of bad news. I got some praise for not covering Call of Duty and just kind of covering the gaming space in general the past couple of videos. And I will continue to do that, but I have to cover this absolute fucking clown show of a franchise ran by a bunch of narcissistic, out-of-touch suits that probably visited Epstein Island. That's just what I need to do. I need to expose this stuff. So I'm not going to beat around the bush here. I'm just going to say if you guys could drop a like on this, I would appreciate it. Drop a comment below. Maybe this video was amazing, learned a lot. Maybe, BT, I love OG MW3 gameplay. Please give me more. Maybe super big, powerful AccuRC, whatever it is you want to say, drop a like, drop a comment, and let's just get right on into the meat and potatoes here because I got a lot I want to get off my chest. So first things first here, Black Ops Royale is an absolute fucking disaster. Modern Warzone tweeted this out 2 days ago. He said, Black Ops Royale has lowered the barrier to entry for casual players. However, the feedback I've seen from casual players is that they hate the mode and are leaving in masses. On Steam charts, which is the only metric we can track Call of Duty on, I get people still saying, actually, there's way more players on console, BT. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, I don't have those fucking numbers, jack off. No one does. They used to display them proudly in the game itself, you know, back when they were getting millions of players per day. Now they can't really do that because the numbers are always fucking embarrassing. Regardless, let's look at the all-time peak compared to, you know, the people playing just today, and you'll see that there is a huge drop off even on Steam. It's horrendous. It's so bad that they put Modern Warfare 2019 on sale, like I think it was yesterday, and Modern Warfare 2019 had more players than Call of Duty did today. And by Call of Duty, I mean Black Ops 6, Black Ops 7, and Warzone combined. If you told me back in 2019, when I came back to YouTube to roast the colossal piece of fucking shit that was Modern Warfare 2019, if you told me that that game would be looked back on somewhat fondly, it was like half and half on Twitter, I think it was. Some people called it a giant piece of shit that started the downfall of Call of Duty. Some people called it a good game. I don't know if those people are being held at gunpoint by Joseph and his wife Fedora in their basement or whatever. I don't know what's going on, but the point is, if you told me that that would be the benchmark for what is better, like if you told me that it would just continually get worse after Modern Warfare 2019, I would have had a stroke. I would have stroked the fuck out in front of this goddamn microphone because I cannot believe that we've gotten to this point. Absolutely no one listened to me. I was called a grifter or a hater or whatever, and yet I called it back then. You can go look up the fucking video. It's called, I think it's Modern Warfare 2019 is the worst Call of Duty I've ever played, or worst Call of Duty of all time, or whatever. It's something on the channel, but it brought me back to this channel because it was so fucking bad. And now we are here, all-time low numbers. YouTubers that once covered Call of Duty quitting. I am convinced that the people that still cover it and are content with the super low viewership because no one fucking cares anymore, I am convinced they are getting paid under the table by Activision. I'm sorry. You cannot convince me that you would stick with a game that is actively dying. There is no way. There is no way they would do it without some sort of pay on the back end. And I'm not trying to throw shade here, but I want you to look at this. Anything about Black Ops 7 the game is doing so pathetically bad, I don't see how anyone would bother posting it. I truly do not. Like, I am hoping that the people still bothering with the game are getting paid by Activision or something, because this shit is just pathetic. And it's not a crazy idea. We've seen it with Marathon. We saw big streamers posting Marathon, but Marathon's dying and no one wants to play it. So, even the big streamers that were getting paid are now not going to play it. And it's almost like that marketing doesn't work. It's almost like you have to make a good game. And I get that Marathon has its fans or whatever. I am not one of them by any stretch of the imagination. I don't want the game to actively die, but we have to call a spade a spade. Absolutely nothing in the first-person shooter genre is hitting. And the saddest part about this, instead of just making a good game, instead of listening to the players, instead of bringing us something that is not only going to please the players, but please the content creators so that they're not leaving your game and or eating beanie weenies and ramen because they're so fucking poor they can't even buy a proper meal because covering your game is a death sentence. They're not going to do that. They're going to take yet another shortcut, and I've seen them do this before, but wait until you see what I found that no one else is really covering, but I know what this is going to lead to. They are scumbags of the highest fucking caliber, and I'm going to get right into it after a brief word from this video sponsor, which if you are kind of tight on money, maybe consider doing this in your off time. It could help a lot. If you guys find yourself just, doom scrolling on your phone, a good way to make your time more productive, since you're already on your phone, is to check out Snaxy. Snaxy is a leading play-to-earn platform powered by Aniba. The Snaxy app allows users to discover premium mobile games, reach milestones, and redeem coins for real-world rewards. The variety on Snaxy is outstanding. There are 100 plus high-quality games, including RPGs, strategy, and puzzle games. Everything is legit. Like I said, it's powered by Aniba, who I trust for my gaming deals. There is a large gift card variety as well, from PayPal to Steam to Amazon. And right now, when you guys download the Snaxy app, you can get an up to $10 sign-up bonus for new users if you use my link in the video description or the pinned comment. So check out Snaxy, guys, and get paid while you play. All right, guys, welcome back to the video. So I haven't seen anyone really covering this, but I need to call it out, because if I don't, they are going to get away with it, and they're gradually going to increase it, and the next thing you know, we're going to have a situation like we had back with Black Ops 3. What am I talking about? Let me just show you right here. Detonated a few days ago said this, and this immediately caused me to be like, what the fuck are they doing? So Detonated says, Call of Duty added free, quote unquote, Counter-Strike cases for a chance to win a blueprint in Black Ops 7. Now, you might be seeing that and being like, well, BT, what's the big deal? It's loot boxes. Yeah, those are, scummy. Those are taboo in the space right now, but it's free, so it's okay, right? Well, see, here's the thing. Call of Duty is seeing record low player numbers, and Black Ops Royale is not hitting like they thought it would hit. So this being free immediately raised my suspicion on the matter, because absolutely nothing these clowns do is for free. So I looked at the replies to this, and a lot of people were upset about this, even though it was quote-unquote free, and Detonated had this to say. This guy says they're going to get sued soon. CS2 already is getting sued. And Detonated says these are free and based on games played. There's no way to purchase these. I made the comparison because the crate drop animation is similar. And then it all clicked for me. They're not using this gambling mechanic to get money necessarily. They are using this gambling mechanic to get players back on the game. Now, this is a pretty small example. This is a huge thing that's really blowing up or whatever, but it needs to be called out now, because they 100% will be implementing this full force. I guarantee it, with Modern Warfare 4 as they try and fail to compete with GTA 6. And it's possible I wouldn't have ever made this connection, but I'm reading a book that goes into detail about the psychology of gambling, and it's absolutely fascinating. So I just want to cover a bit from this book so you can see exactly what they are doing to get people back on the game. This is sort of a beta test for the full Monty that will be Modern Warfare 4, and I'm saying this factually because I know it's going to happen. I have been right constantly. I know how these fuckers operate. So just let me segue and show you an excerpt from this book I am reading and tell me if it doesn't sound familiar with what they have done in the past with loot boxes. In mobile games, rewards are given unpredictably. That's according to Daria Kuss. She's a scientist studying the psychology of technology use. She told me the suspense this creates keeps the player engaged, because they know that if they just keep gaming, at some point in time, they're going to get a reward. The video game world has stolen so many tricks from casinos that researchers now have a term for the phenomenon. They call it the gambling turn. It's happening in mobile, video, and computer games. In a somewhat strange study, scientists in Canada took a group of people and strapped all kinds of monitoring devices to them. Heart rate monitors, stress monitors, and so on. They then had people play Candy Crush for half an hour. The researchers discovered that the participants' bodies reacted strongest to the near misses embedded in the game. This led them to repeat the next game quicker and play longer. In conclusion, wrote the scientists, near misses appear to have similar psychological and physiological impacts on Candy Crush players as slot machine near misses have on gamblers. Now, after hearing that, does my theory sound so far-fetched, so crazy? I really don't think so. I mean, guys, we are talking about a billion-dollar company using every tactic in the book except for giving us what we want, because the minute they give us what we want, they have nothing to sell us next year. They will be implementing this system in Modern Warfare 4, and this thing they're doing with Black Ops Royale and Black Ops 7 with this loot box get a blueprint shit is just the beginning. It's just the beta test for this. And you might be saying to yourself, BT, this is so far-fetched, and maybe you don't buy it still. Guys, my buddy TDawg, the biggest genuine Call of Duty fan I know, had this to say on Twitter. And if he is saying it, imagine how the casuals are feeling right now about Call of Duty. So TDawg says, can I admit something to the timeline? This is the first time maybe ever that I've had no desire to make Call of Duty content. I feel like every decision they've made from MW2 on has been the wrong one, and they've burned so many people that I'm not sure they'll come back even if Modern Warfare 4 is a good game. Thank you for coming to my therapy session. And maybe you're in the same boat and you're thinking, hey, I'm just going to play old Call of Duties. I mean, Modern Warfare 2019 is on sale after all. But if you know my channel and all the times I've tried to warn you guys, and I hope I have saved a lot of you a lot of headache from talking about this stuff and warning you, because the $1 trillion company certainly isn't going to do it. But do not play Modern Warfare 2019 on PC. Don't fucking do it. You can play the single player. I think that's fine. Do not touch the multiplayer, because you will be fucking hacked. And I'm not making that up. There are so many security exploits, and this billion-dollar, trillion-dollar company does not give a shit if you get hacked, if you get your identity stolen, if you get your credit card info leaked out online. They do not fucking give a shit about you. And Nero can back me up here. He says, to everyone thinking of playing MW 2019 after the resurgence, it may not be safe to play. I'm reading that hackers can get your IP address just from being in the same pre-game lobby. What in the actual fuck is wrong with these people running this franchise? Make your old games safe. Hire a fucking skeleton crew to do it. And initially, I saw this and I'm like, well, maybe that's overblown. Maybe it's okay. I mean, it is a newer Call of Duty. I know the old ones are really unsafe to play, but maybe this is okay. And Nero's just, I don't know, warning people and being safe rather than sorry. But then I saw this and I'm like, oh, wait, no. He's absolutely fucking right. Take a look at this. Alex, a prominent leaker who probably has a lot of cease and desist sitting in his inbox right now, says, "My hop on MW 2019 and start using all the exploits found on this game for fun." Then he says, "Crashed a few lobbies. That's enough for tonight." Yeah, don't fucking play this game. And when Modern Warfare 4 comes out, remember who told you that they're probably gonna add in some sort of addictive gambling mechanic to the game. This is a scummy way to increase player retention by playing off gambling psychology. And look, man, gambling within reason can be fun. I like sports betting quite a bit. I've plugged it on the channel as well. It's something that I think can be fun if you are of legal age and, you know, it's not being secretly pushed on you. If you willingly walk into a casino, that's your own damn business, you know? But here's the issue. This company, for like 5 years, put gambling into their games. That's not a play on words. That's not hyperbole. They've seen that the skill-based matchmaking or the engagement-optimized matchmaking system has run its course. They are going to go back to the well before it runs dry, and the well is filled with secret player retention shit involving gambling, just like it talked about in the book. I mean, guys, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. They are going to push gambling mechanics onto kids, and it's going to be under the nose of basically everyone. Now, here's the thing. Could I be wrong? Yes. Could they hear me talking about this and then say, that Blame Truth's full of shit, don't believe anything he says, and then change it because they got caught already? Yeah, they could do that too. We've seen them do that in the past. But the point is that Modern Warfare 4 is going to be them in peak desperation mode. They are going against a juggernaut in GTA 6 when they are at record low numbers. Back these motherfuckers into a corner, they will do whatever it takes to keep their precious fucking money and game in the green. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like on this, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Peace.